these are the story times of dumb shit that like we had to put up with each other when we were both in toxic relationships. I literally just looked at Katie and I said, I'm about to drag this motherfucker. Katie has a tendency to like date the worst people ever, which is like a lot coming from me, I'm aware. So one time, there had been like an issue with Katie and her ex at the gym that Katie used to work at. So this man that she was dating decided to bully her old boss, who was like a friend of ours, like we both worked at this gym, on his dog's Instagram.
Yeah, in summary, he was a psychopath, so I did try to get him banned from the gym. And in his reaction, he decided to harass my old manager, and he justified it by saying it wasn't him, it was the dog.
Because it was on his dog's account, but like, it was him. It gets 20 times worse because he would like call Katie and he'd be on speaker and I'd be there and he'd be like screaming at her. Katie would be like bawling her eyes out about this, and then he'd be like, but let's go to Utah, like let's go skiing. And Katie,
no, and he fully knew you were there. And
yeah,
he'd be like, Livy, but we're gonna go skiing.
He's like, we're gonna go skiing. And as tempted as I am, I'm like, skiing sounds fun. There came a point where like Katie and this man would fight so much, and she would like take him back every time, which like we've all been there, but she would look
Not
at
every
me.
time.
Well, like no, pretty much every time. She would be like, don't you want to go to Utah? Like, dude, like you don't want to go to fucking Utah? And I'm like, dude, I don't want to go to Utah that bad.
The dog was the final straw because there's no coming back from that one, especially getting other people involved and people that I used to work with. But he just had a way of getting under my skin, and he was a fucking narcissist. So like he knew how to manipulate me. And he did try to drag Livy into it.
Okay, but like I definitely did include Katie in a really terrible moment in my past relationship.
So after Livy moved to New York, I get a FaceTime, and I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And she calls me, and she's like kind of hysterically like laughing and crying, and I'm like, what the fuck? What am I doing? And I'm like, what is going on? And she shows me she has her ex's wallet in her hand. And I'm like... And I'm like, okay, let me stay calm. Livy, what are you doing?
And I was at dinner with my ex celebrating my fucking birthday when I found pictures of him and another bitch on his phone. So I immediately locked him out of my apartment and called Katie.
At this point, I'm just being supportive. I'm like, take pictures of all the cards. Not a good idea, not a good idea. And he's ringing the doorbell nonstop, and I hear like yelling in the background. And I'm like, okay, you need to just give him his fucking wallet back and let's end the situation. Like, let's diffuse everything.
So at this point, I have my ex locked out of my apartment, and then I have Katie on the phone with me. And was I taking pictures of the credit cards? Yeah. Was I gonna do anything with it? Like, probably fucking not. My ex is like blowing up my phone calling me. So you know what I do? I add him to the FaceTime call of Katie and I.
Now I'm on FaceTime, and she adds her ex, and I'm just like, hey.
He was
so pissed. She's like, Livy, come downstairs, like, open the door. And I'm like, add the card to your Apple Wallet.
Yeah. And I did add Katie to the call, or when I added my ex to the call, my ex was like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, my other boyfriend, I want you to say hi. Because I'm evil like that. So when he popped on and saw Katie's face, and Katie's just like, how are you? It's been a minute. He was really fucking mad.
Because I felt like I was playing Dr. Phil. But I don't know. This specific ex I was really involved with for some reason. Like, Livy made me go on a date with them.
No. Oh, yeah, no, I did do that.
She made me hold his hand, and then she wanted me to take a picture of, like, him kissing my cheek, and then she got jealous when he did it, even though that's what she wanted him to do.
I just, like, wanted my best friend and my boyfriend to be, like, besties, and, like, I didn't know how else to go about that. Honestly, I was just fucking with them because, like, I really liked making them both uncomfortable.
You did make me really fucking uncomfortable.
No, that was the point. Like, literally, that was the point. I was like, how far can I push these motherfuckers? Whatever, I'm a little bit crazy. Katie did have another ex, and I was flying into Chicago for the weekend, and she was like, I really want you to, like, meet him. I'm like, yeah, sure, like, bring him. But the thing is, I had just hit 100K. Like, you need to keep that in mind. Like, I wanted to hang out with, like, my best friends, and we all went to dinner together. But we were, like, ending dinner, and Katie was like, can I invite the mammoth? Like, he's been waiting for
You wanted him to come
to my 100K dinner. I was just trying to be fucking nice, and then I was like, wait, I actually don't want to see him, but like also trying to be nice.
It was already awkward because you wanted me to invite him, and then you took your invite back, so I awkwardly had to be like, okay, you can come after dinner. And then he finally shows up, and I just want Livy to get to know the guy that I'm fucking seeing, and she decides to not talk to him whatsoever. She's just bitching, like, or giving him like a bitch face the entire time.
Listen, her and this motherfucker had a past, so I already did not like him, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be really supportive. No, but she's right. Like, when he came in, I was just kind of like, What the fuck are you doing here? Even though I was like, yeah, sure.
Even though I invited you and I invited you.
It was just a really difficult position for me to be. Not really. I just did not like him, and I was trying to be like, yeah, he's so cool, and he wasn't.
And I didn't want to hold your ex's hand and have to kiss him, but I did it for you.
We all do things we don't want to do, but you did it, and I sat at dinner with him. I knew that they just weren't gonna last. But did you know that too?
No.
And that is how we dealt with each other in our toxic relationships. Here are icks that my ex gave me during the relationship. My one ex quite literally would just not brush his fucking teeth. One time I was at my mom's ex-boyfriend's house with him, and he was like, I didn't brush my teeth. I'm like, okay, you dirty bitch. I'm gonna ask my mother for a toothbrush because I'm getting the ick. I'm the one that has to kiss you. I don't like this. And this man got so fucking mad at me that I asked my mother for a toothbrush. She's like, she's gonna know it's for me. I'm like, nobody gives a fuck. Just brush your teeth. But ick immediately. Why are we not keeping up with our personal hygiene? Another ick I got from one of my exes was the way he laughed. He laughed really fucking weird. I was like, okay, it makes me not want to, because I'm a funny bitch. If there's one thing we know, I'm a funny fucking bitch. So I don't want to make you laugh if I'm here. No. Anytime I gave my one ex head, he would scream. I kid you not, scream so fucking loud. And I'd be like, I have a roommate. Are you dumb? He would be like, ah! I kid you not, to the point where I was like, I literally can't. And I'd be like, ew, are you fucking dumb? It was to the point where I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going down there. Absolutely fucking not. You're embarrassing the shit out of me. I don't even scream that loud. And I'm supposed to. I had one ex that thought everyone was out to get him and would post weird ass things and just always say weird shit to me. He literally thought everyone was out to get him. He's like, they're looking for me. I'm like, who is looking for you? What? Is there something I don't know that I need to be fucking aware of? And there wasn't. I think he genuinely in his head just thought these people wanted the worst for him. That's such an ick. You're just convinced everybody wants to see your downfall. What does that even mean? Babe, please stop posting fucking Instagram quotes being they all want to see me fail. It's okay, who gives a fuck about you? I don't even know if this is an ick, but it was the point that I was I just can't handle this anymore. For my birthday, my ex got me an iced tea. A fucking 7-Eleven iced tea, and it wasn't even the flavor I liked. Immediate ick. I don't even think that's a fucking ick. That's just straight. That man hated me. You don't do that unless you fucking hate somebody. My one ex had a weird obsession with this basketball player to the point it was a lot. It was a lot. And I was like, why are we spending our days talking about him 24/7? I know all that basketball player's stats because of my ex-boyfriend. I don't need to know this bitch's stats. When I would wake up in the mornings, my ex would grab me and attack me with kisses, and it sounds cute, but I hated him. So it was really disgusting for me, but immediate ick. It's when you low-key hate a motherfucker and he's all over you, you're can you get a life? And then it's wait, why am I with him? Those are just a couple icks that my exes gave me during our relationship.
I'm with Assel for telling my dad's girlfriend the truth about why I have limited contact with them. I had a good childhood in terms of food to eat and nice clothes, education, etc. I didn't have a loving environment though. My dad screamed at my mom all the time and called our names and compared us to other kids. And of course, he was always right and we could never be wrong. He did a lot of charity and helped other people, so my mom would always say what a good guy he is and that we need to be grateful. A few years ago, there's a situation which finally made my mom take off her rose-colored glasses and file for divorce. I have limited contact with him now. He has a new girlfriend he's been with for about a year, and she's nice, I just don't want to have much to do with him. Not that long ago, his girlfriend asked me to meet up and have coffee. I said okay, and we had lunch a few days ago. She asked me why I was so distant and if she did something wrong. I said it had nothing to do with her. I told her about my childhood. She was shocked. Dad called me about it, very upset. Your sister doesn't agree with what I did. I met Assel for wearing a wedding dress at a wedding. I've been pretty good friends with my friend for a few years, and recently she got engaged. A week ago, I got a DM from her for a small costume party she was hosting as a celebration for getting engaged. I asked if there was a theme, and she said there wasn't. I'm a cosplayer, so I have lots of choices. I didn't want to rock up in any anime stuff, but I thought it'd be funny to go as Corpse Bride. I arrived at her house yesterday, and everything seemed normal. A few people complimented my costume even. After 10 minutes, my friend's fiancé walked out in a black tuxedo, announced that this is actually their wedding. He asked us all to go to the backyard for the ceremony, right up to him and asked him if I could change. And he told me it was fine since I didn't know that it was a wedding. I trusted him and followed everyone outside. I got married and everything seemed good. The reception, I kept trying to talk to my friend, but she kept making excuses not to talk to me. Soon, because it was a big day, at home, I started getting notifications, and my friend started texting me. She was cussing me out, telling me I ruined her wedding. I was really confused. She told me it was basic knowledge not to wear a wedding dress to her wedding. And I told her I had no idea. I even asked her husband, he said it was fine. Now they're having a fight over. I also want to note that I'm a